Hi, everyone. I'm Heidi Hanna, and I am the co chair for the upcoming conference for the Association for Applied and Therapeutic Humor. And today I had the pleasure of interviewing Alan Klein, who's going to be one of our fabulous keynoters. We talked a little bit about his upcoming session, and I also asked Alan to share some practical tips about how to boost our resilience, especially in the midst of challenging circumstances. So I hope you enjoy my discussion with Alan Klein. If you would, I know you're going to be one of our keynote speakers at the upcoming conference for the Association for Applied and Therapeutic Humor, which is a
Uh-huh.
mouthful, in April in Orlando, the 27th through the 30th. And I'm hoping you could share with us just a little preview as to what you're going to be talking to us about.
I knew you were going to ask that. I don't know.
That's a perfect answer.
I've been asked to talk on play, and so it will evolve around play. I have some ideas that I keep putting in a folder. I have done some, my keynotes are always on humor, therapeutic humor, human death and dying. And I often, not often, but sometimes at a conference, I'll do a concurrent breakout session. And often that's on play. So I've done it. I have ideas. I don't know exactly
Yeah.
what I want to do at AATH, but one thing I do know, it's around my birthday time. And so I have a great birthday story, and I think I might involve a whole audience with my birthday.
Oh, that sounds really exciting. If that doesn't make people want to come, I don't know what actually would. And Ellen, you've been a part of AATH for a very long time. Is that correct?
Many years. I don't know how many. I don't even remember what I had for breakfast or how old I am. So I don't know how many years it's been, but it's been a long time. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you. And I know that you generously contribute to our scholarships as well to help other people come to the conference. And we are
I think that's important. Yeah.
very, very grateful for that.
Good.
So on that note, then, I would love to ask you a couple of additional questions that I think anyone in my seat would be excited to talk to you about. And I just actually watched your TEDx talk, which was fabulous.
Thank
And
you.
it made me really want to get to know a little bit more about how at such an early age you were as resilient as you are, because one of the things we talk about with business and with stress management is failing fast and kind of learning that failure is not the end, but for a lot of people they feel like it was. So maybe you could share a little bit about that, your journey becoming a set designer, what
Right.
happened, and how were you able to turn that script so quickly?
Well, for those that haven't watched the TEDx talk, I wanted to be a scenic designer since I was 7 years old, make those pretty stage pictures. I lived in New York, and my parents took me to see my first Broadway show, Oklahoma. And we came in late, and I refused to leave the theater. I felt like a movie. I can stay and see the beginning again. And they dragged me out of the theater, and from that day on, I wanted to be a designer. And I did little cigar boxes in grade school of a book we were reading instead of doing a book report. So I was kind of doing it on my own little level. And then I got into Yale Drama School, and it was a 3-year master's, and I was kicked out after the first year, and I was told I had no talent. And I went back to New York City. I got in the union as an apprentice. I passed the very stringent union test, and I became a designer for CBS television, doing such shows as Captain Kangaroo, Merv Griffin, Jackie Gleason Show. My fellow classmates at Yale was still doing college productions. So I realized, I think it was then that I realized a couple of things. One is nobody can tell me I can't do something.
Mm.
I wanted to be a best player, that may not have worked, but within limits, I could do whatever I choose to do. So long as I work at it and, I love doing it, my passion will get me through anything.
And how did you know that so early? I mean, this was fairly early in your experience. You just bounced right back and took another path.
Well, I don't know that I knew it, but inside of me, I don't know. And I think I learned it maybe when I think more about it, maybe from my father, because he was a very negative person. Everything was, this was wrong, that was wrong. The glass was half full mostly. My mom was the other way around. Everything was great. And I think I learned from both of them. And for years, I was really angry with my dad because he was so negative. And so I didn't realize till later on in life, but I was really grateful for him for being so negative, because as a teenager particularly, I always did the opposite of what I was told. And so he was so negative, so I was so positive.
Yeah.
And that may be it. I don't know. I just know what I wanted to do and just pursued it and went after it. And it worked out great. And that kind of lesson has stuck with me. I mean, I was told I cannot write a book. The Healing Power of Humor is over 40, printings, ninth language. I was told I can't be a professional speaker. I almost failed speech in college. I had a message to share about therapeutic humor. Nobody could tell me I can't do it. So how that happened, I don't know.
So one of the things I keep hearing you say is this really strong, almost innate sense of purpose. It's very important to you that you just connect you. So instead of saying, well, I'll try something else, it was connected, it sounds like maybe to something bigger than just, I want to be a set designer because it looks cool, but there was something that kind of tapped into maybe a bigger meaning to you.
Yeah, that could be. I always, like when I say I'll do something, no matter what the challenge, I do it.
Yeah.
No matter the setbacks, I do it. So part of it's making a commitment to myself and other people that I'm going to do this. And I do it. I mean, I don't, maybe if I thought about it more, I'd come up with reasons, but all I know is it's happened in my life, and it continues to make me happy to have goals. I'm getting up in years, and all my friends are retired, and I'm still working. And it keeps me happy, it keeps me motivated, keeps me getting out of bed in the morning.
Yeah.
So that could be it too, that you do things that brings me joy, and continue to have those goals of wanting to do things that bring me joy. And now I become a little more spiritual maybe, so I realize I'm very grateful for all those stuff in my life. And Heidi, the more good stuff comes in my life that I'm grateful for, the more I'm grateful for stuff, the more good stuff comes in my life for which I'm grateful. So
Absolutely.
It's just lessons I learned along the way that I try to pass on to other people.
Okay, so along those lines now, because my job is to analyze. You don't analyze. You just keep doing what you're doing because you're doing it
Right.
so well. I want to pick it all apart and figure it out, of course, but that's the way my brain's wired.
Yeah.
And I understand the negativity bias piece that you were talking about, having had quite a bit of exposure to people that are like that, how frustrating that can be. So I'm curious then, your book, You Can't Ruin My Day, does that have anything to do with the types of things you're talking about?
Oh, definitely. And this book came to me because I was on my way to the gym Saturday morning. I was happy. I was playing the Broadway show Billy Elliot on my tape machine in the car because I had just seen that show. I love the music. And I'm speeding along, and I get pulled over for a speeding ticket. And I get to the gym. I'm still happy. I'm still singing. I'm telling people I just got a speeding ticket. And they go, Alan, you got a speeding ticket. Why are you so happy? And out of my mouth, Heidi, came, I'm not going to let that policeman or that ticket ruin my day. And I realized how often, myself included, we often let other people or other things ruin our day. And I realized I'm not going to let that happen. And I want to show other people maybe some techniques or things they can do to not let that happen. And so that's how that book came about. But again, I guess it's my positive outlook. And it all kind of encapsulated in that one idea of taking back your power. Even when things aren't going well, you can still be happy. You can still be upbeat. You can still do what you need to do. But don't let anyone or anything ruin your day.
I love that. So, with that note, then you talked about humor and giving some tips and strategies, and obviously, people can read your book for more of those. Do you have a favorite or just one that you'd be willing to share with anyone that's watching to kind of help them start to build that resilience through healthy humor?
Right. I knew you were going to say that.
Well, then you have it prepared already. Come
Well,
on.
there's one, and I don't know if I can mention the elections that happened yesterday for
Why
our
not? Perfect
president.
timing. Let's do it.
Um, and so a lot of people are upset. I was upset myself. But again, I realized I have control over my emotions about it.
Right.
And I could work to make this world better. I could work for things I don't like. But I'm the one, and this is the essence of You Can't Ruin My Day book, is there's really no inherent meaning in anything.
Hmm.
We put the meaning on it. We put the meaning that this may be the worst president ever coming up. We don't know that,
Right.
you
True.
know, and just to be open to maybe this is a good thing. So you turn it around. Maybe this is going to unite at least half the country. You know, maybe it'll get the others to join.
Yeah.
Maybe we can all express more love rather than hatred because of this. So look for that positive, because there is those things, and again, you have that power. You
Yeah.
know, there's the classic story, because we see everything through our own eyes, and I have it in the book, about two salesmen who get shipped off to a foreign country where nobody wears shoes.
Hmm.
And one of the salesmen writes back and says, I can't sell any shoes here. Nobody wears any. And the other salesman writes back and says, great opportunity to sell shoes. Nobody has any.
Yeah.
Same situation. How do you look at it? So with the presidential election, with what people are going through, with your stress, how do you look at it? You have that control.
I
So,
agree, and I think in the darkest times, it's when the light shines the brightest. And so, I think logically we know that. Yet when we're in it and we're getting pulled, it can be tough sometimes. And I think one of the blessings for me of being part of the AATH community is understanding that you can actually proactively practice therapeutic humor to build your resilience muscle, so that when things happen, you have more fuel in the tank. You're more able to see, either the positive or the ironic or the funny. I had an issue yesterday. I was getting ready to do a presentation on the neuroscience of stress for a bunch of health coaches, and I had the time zone wrong. So it turned into a huge
oh, no.
issue. And I just remember laughing and thinking, okay, what's the lesson in this? And then shifting very quickly into what's the next best option. There's always another option, but if we get hijacked by the stress, we can't see it. And then as I was driving to my next event, I remember driving in a bit of a hurry thinking, okay, so a speeding ticket would make this worse. A car crash would make this worse, so
Yeah,
similar,
yeah,
just kind of absorbing and resonating with the gratitude that I'm here and I have this opportunity and I'm safe and I'm healthy. And we have so much to be grateful for, that
yeah,
I agree. The more we
exactly.
pay attention to that, the more it starts to come into our life. And you shared that on your TEDx talk as well, about the perfect publisher will come to me.
All right, right here on my desk, I have, there it is.
There it
The
is.
perfect publisher will find me. And it's the way, after my books were out of print, Random House, the way I found the publisher, which is, what is next year, they're publishing my ninth book. Just by letting it, because I think, Heidi, I think, and this is not funny stuff, but this is, I think, deeper.
Yeah.
As I got into therapeutic humor, but now I'm getting deeper. That the more we struggle with stuff, the harder it is to achieve. And so we've got to start letting go. Maybe I believe there's some higher power,
Mm-hmm.
maybe directing us, and
Mm-hmm.
to learn to let go. And of course, with laughter, it's an easy way to, at least momentarily.
So, unfortunately, we had some technological challenges. And just like everything we were talking about, there's always a lesson in that. So, I think the lesson is, if you want to hear more from Alan Klein. Here are a couple ways you can get more information. You can watch his great TEDx talk. You can read his book, You Can't Ruin My Day. And you can join us at the AATH conference in Orlando, April 27th through the 30th. For more information, go to aath.org, and I hope to see you there. Have a great day.